at least appreciate what that perspective is and how the impact would be in the future of finance, the future of commerce. Next slide, please. The hidden barriers to commerce. The one thing is that payments, even though we are already digital, payments, most of Filipinos are already using cashless payments. Well, not most, but many. Payments still remain expensive. And to a certain extent, it's still exclusionary. So for people who don't have IDs or have difficulty securing identities, you cannot create even the e-wallets. You're prevented from participating in a digital economy. So yeah, that's another barrier. And the flow of money is still within the control of banks, which is like the best we can do because fiat currency like Philippine pesos or US dollars, they were not created for the internet. So they started out as physical cash, and then when the internet came, it went digital, pero the design of digital fiat money is that automatically you have to surrender your money to the banks. They are maintaining the ledgers for you, the ledger being the recording of balances, magkano ang pera mo, how much money you have, and automatically you have to surrender custody of your money to the banks and e-wallet companies. So there are gatekeepers of our money. And because of that, you are subjected to layers of permission. So they dictate how much you can spend, or based on your identity or geography, there are certain limitations. If you try to withdraw, for example, a huge amount of money, you will be asked, ano, may source of income ka ba? Or to whom are you sending this money? So there are these kinds of limitations and barriers that prevent many people in our population from participating in digital economy. Next slide, please. And we understand that all this come from regulation. And regulations, of course, they have good intentions. You know, that they're meant to protect people from losing their money, or the government is on your side to make sure that, for example, the custodians of our money become bankrupt for whatever reason, there is theft, they can find you back because your identities are with the bank. So KYC becomes an important part, the know your customer, you know, the identity, you have to prove your identity. It becomes a critical component of the banking system now, because of the underlying reason of that is the money is under their custody. So, kumbaga, they are liable if there are losses. That's why the customers, the depositors, have to be really identified. But they create burden. So they're trying to address like customer safety, but also they create burden, like the barriers that I have mentioned earlier. Kasi para makaparticipate ka, you have to identify yourself and many other limits that are set. So the result is a lot of people are excluded from digital finance. Like if you count it like all over the world, there are billions that are excluded because of regulations. And legitimate transactions get delayed, sometimes denied, or sometimes reversed. Isang malaking problem sa pag gumagamit ka ng credit cards. Sometimes, pag merchant ka, you found out one of the transactions na reverse, na charge back. So that's a feature of the fact na the money that we are using is permissioned. So, yeah, I've talked about added friction and compliance. Next slide, please. So what is the root of the problem? The problem is that our money, as I mentioned, is custodied. It's under the custody of the banks and e-wallet companies. So you have to ask permissions. They have to set limits, which is, I say, again, reasonable from their standpoint. Kasi liable ang mga banks pag mayroong nangyari sa kanila, liable sa mga depositors. But the side effect is you need to have approval, your transactions can be blocked or frozen, you expose your money to risks that are beyond your control. Paano pag na-hack ang servers nila? That's beyond your control kasi no matter how careful you are with your e-wallet, the money is in their servers, it's in their hands. So the ledger is in their hands. So kahit careful ka about phishing, di ba, you're always reminded, huwag kayong papaloko sa mga nag-text, email. But the threat could also be on the side of the company. Pwede silang ma-hack, pwede silang manakawan. So you are exposing your money to risks that are beyond your control. You're bound by banking hours, by limits and geography. So pag Philippine peso ang pera mo, if you move out of the country, you have to convert your money. And sometimes that poses difficulty as well, or costs. Next slide, please. So for us, what we see, the solution is the use of peer-to-peer payments. Peer-to-peer meaning that you are able to hold your money on your own, so self-custody of your digital money. At the same time, you're able to transfer it from one person to another, so from you to another person, without going through intermediaries, without going to banks or governments or companies. Diretso kang magta-transfer ng digital money mo from your wallet to the wallet of the other person. That's what it's meant by peer-to-peer payments. And the way to achieve that, just like many other things in our lives, is through technology. Technology exists now to create a kind of currency that is internet native, protected by cryptography and decentralized consensus. It's now possible to have that kind of money na digital siya, pero kaya mo siyang i-custody na hindi mananakaw ng ibang tao, and you can transfer it directly to another person without a company, a bank, or a person in between. And the very first currency of that kind was invented in 2009. They called it Bitcoin. Satoshi Nakamoto, the anonymous developer who created that, it's called Bitcoin. And he called it a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. But Bitcoin has been upgraded to another version na upgraded siya in order to scale to global usage. So we are pushing for Bitcoin Cash, that new version of Bitcoin that is scaled for global use. And it's faster, it's cheaper to transact, so it can still be used to pay for your coffee, unlike other cryptocurrencies that have high fees. Mas mahal pa yung transaction fee kaysa binabayaran mong kape for many other cryptocurrencies. And also, Bitcoin Cash it retains the programmability of money. So, dapat kung mag-create ng panibagong pera for the internet, which is the purpose of this, it should be programmable. In other words, pwede ka mag-create ng mga financial instruments or solutions like time deposit, joint accounts, and many other financial solutions that will retain your absolute custody of your funds. So that is achievable in Bitcoin Cash because it's programmable money. Next slide, please. So you might ask, what's the role of Paytaka here? Okay, we are introducing this cryptocurrency, Bitcoin Cash, which we didn't create. By the way, it's a global currency. It's running through thousands of computers all over the world as a network. Just like the internet, you cannot shut it down. We don't own that. What we own is Paytaka, the wallet. Our main product is a cryptocurrency wallet that allows you to store Bitcoin Cash in that wallet and allows you to spend it in our network of merchants all over the world. And it allows you to participate in digital commerce without barriers. Next slide, please. So, core of our of the suite of products we are developing is our point of sale app. So, yung mga merchants, stores, we are onboarding them to be able to accept Bitcoin Cash for payments. So we ask them to install this POS app, and then they can safely accept Bitcoin Cash payments. Itong app na to is connected to the wallet of the owner. So, papasok lang yung pera through QR. So, may QR code yung POS app. Pero yung funds, it goes directly to the wallet of the owner that is linked to the POS. So, it's very quick to set up. It's free. We don't charge any commission. And as I explained earlier, it maintains the custody of funds. Kasi hindi yan dumadaan sa Paytaka, ang money, it's from the customer directly to the merchant. Next slide, please. And so with this POS app and the wallet, we are building a global merchant network. Not just us, actually, there are many supporters of Bitcoin Cash all over the world who are helping us to build this network. So, in the Philippines, karamihan ng mga merchants natin are in Tacloban and in Ormoc. But globally, we have like 250 merchants. Meron tayong mga merchants in Taiwan, in Australia, in Hong Kong, in El Salvador. Just yesterday, may nag-confirm na merchant. And in Europe as well. So it's a growing network. And it's a network that is built not only by Paytaka, but many other supporters of Bitcoin Cash all over the world. And the map is auto-updating. So makikita mo, if you visit map.paytaka.com, makikita mo mayroong nag-transact sa isang store sa Australia 5 minutes ago. So you can see kung sino yung mga merchants na active. In Tacloban, you can see, for example, 2 minutes ago may nag-transact sa Cafe Lucia. Cafe Lucia is like our very first merchant who onboarded. So yeah, next slide please. And we had to solve the problem of how can people put Bitcoin Cash in the wallet, which is like the very common question. Okay, I'm sold. I like this, Bitcoin Cash, I like that, I like Paytaka. But how do I put Bitcoin Cash in Paytaka in the first place? So we designed a peer-to-peer exchange. It's like a market of people who want to sell, buy and sell Bitcoin Cash. So if you want to buy Bitcoin Cash, there are people in this exchange that are ready to sell you Bitcoin Cash so that you can put that in your wallet and then start using it as a payment option. Next slide, please. We also created an ATM machine, which you probably interacted with. There's a booth there. It provides a way for people to easily buy BCH in the machines. It works like a typical ATM. And in addition, there's a demonstration there. You can buy snacks with your Bitcoin Cash. But of course, you can choose to spend it in the merchants, in our merchant network. Or buy from our marketplace. So if you create your store in the POS app, as an owner, you can put your inventory there, and with a few clicks, it will be live in our marketplace. So the users of our app can then access the marketplace, pwede sila mag-order doon, and you can have it delivered. Meron kaming network of riders already activated in Tacloban and Ormoc, and they also get paid in Bitcoin Cash. Okay? Next slide, please. And we created an online gateway kasi maraming mga online sellers, like they use Shopify or WooCommerce or they have their own website. We created a gateway para integrate ang payments with Bitcoin Cash. There are no requirements. You don't need to register as a business. You could be a hobbyist. You could be someone just selling maybe avocado or whatever, mga pastillas, or you don't need, we don't have requirements. Kung kaya mong i-integrate ang payment dun sa site mo, you can use it. Next slide, please. And then, we are addressing the question na, kasi alam natin, ayaw ng karamihan ng cryptocurrency, it's because of volatility. Some people are happy that Bitcoin Cash is, it can be increasing in price. So 1 hour from now, pwedeng lumaki yung pera mo sa wallet in terms of peso value. Pero it can also go the other way around. Pwedeng bumaba ang price. So we are introducing a way for people to create tokens. We are creating the tokens, by the way, na pegged siya sa peso. So you can convert from Bitcoin Cash to a stable Philippine peso token kung ayaw mo maka-experience ng magda-down yung price. Pero of course, you will miss the increase din in price. So it's up to you. At least you have the option. For people who would like to use this as a payment option, siguro you would opt to convert your Bitcoin Cash to stable PHP token. This is already being worked out, and in a few months' time, we will be releasing it. Next slide, please. We are also developing the Paytaka card, so which is an NFC card. Pwedeng magtatap ka na lang, and then we are developing the terminal for this na pwedeng gamitin sa mga schools, sa transport. This is also under development. And all these products we have designed, we are maintaining your absolute control of your money. Okay? Your wallet is interacting with the blockchain. It doesn't go through Paytaka. It doesn't go through any bank or any company to set limits or set a lot of fees. Wala nang ganon. So we are using a new form of currency that makes things more efficient, payments-wise, and also makes commerce more efficient. Next slide, please. So Paytaka is obviously cryptocurrency. When you promote cryptocurrency, you're like going against the tide. Kasi ang daming walang alam sa crypto. Ang iba, may alam sila pero medyo mali. Ang alam nila, scams. Ang alam nila, mga ganun. So we are engaged in public promotions to explain what crypto really is and how can it change commerce and finance. Next slide, please. So these are some of the events we have organized or we have participated in, including this event now. Next slide, please. This is the team. So Jo Marie, Aaron, and me were the executives. And then we have a team, growing team. We are all based in Tacloban. So yung mga developers namin, yung mga marketing people, admin, they're just in and around Tacloban. Mga Palo or some from Samar, they stay here. So we are proudly made here, like Peddler actually, they are from Catbalogan. So I'm happy to see a lot of startups like taking up the challenge and then trying it out in the wild if we can, present these kinds of innovations. So Paytaka, your money, your control, we empower commerce without barriers through permissionless payments. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And that was Mr. Joe Mortagana.